The Raiders win from defense to offense, and so we'll have to see what they can do here to start the second half.
Starting the second half, Railers with the basketball. Their starters out on the court. Austin Kirby gets it over to Gesner. Smith, Kirby. Austin makes a move down the lane, hands off to Nelson, and Austin's going to be called for traveling.
And exactly the way you didn't want to start the half is turning the ball over. Austin just got a little sloppy with the basketball there.
Gesner, Kirby, Nelson, Smith, and Coyne.
They did move the ball pretty well for 15 seconds before that turnover.
Blunt, Gand, Houston, Grant, and Bain on the floor for Rochester. Grant over to Gand, leading scorer in the game. He has 10. Grant.
I bet the Raiders are going to be aware of him this half.
Houston dumps it down to Bain. Wide open Grant, hammered by Austin, and Austin's going to be whistled for the foul. That'll send Grant to the line shooting two. Nice run by Rochester to get an open look.
Jordan hobbling a little bit. Tweaked his ankle down in that corner.
Yeah, good, passing by Rochester, and they found a cutting guy to the backside of the basket, and what happened is our backside wing got caught up at the top and wasn't protecting the basket like he's supposed to be, and then Austin didn't let him have an easy layup, fouled him, but he did make the first one and up and made the second one.
Yeah, Nelson got hurt down here last year in the first game.
Yeah.
And then came back and played a spectacular tournament, even though we didn't think he was going to play at all.
21-18, although they haven't awarded it on the scoreboard yet. They dump it down low for Brandt. It's knocked away. Over in the corner for Kirby. Shoots it up, in and out. Rebound coming down to the Rockets.
Not a good shot there.
Gann quickly up court. Grant. 21-18. Rochester within a long one from tying this one.
They had the big kid inside, didn't get it to him. He was wide open. What?
Approaching the 6:30 mark, third quarter. Lincoln 21, Rochester 18.
They're floating the guy from the corner. He cuts up to the top, and the Raiders come with him, and that leaves the baseline open.
Grant over to Gand. Down the left side, watched by Nelson, is Houston. Pops it back out near the timeline. Gand over to Grant. Looking down low. Instead, they swing it around the perimeter. Now down low to Lunt. Quickly, Gann thought about the three. He'll pull it back. He's watched by Gesner near the timeline.
Nice patience.
Dribbles around, three on the way. In and out, no good. Rochester had the offensive rebound, but it was tipped away, and Nathaniel comes out with it. Nathaniel coming right down the middle of the court. Hands off to Kirby. Now back to Gesner. Gesner. Nathaniel ran into Jordan, and that's a turnover. Nathaniel and Gesner just couldn't get out of each other's way, so another turnover by the Railers.
You watch Greg Alexander on the bench, and he is his father's son. Raiders start off sloppy here in the second half.
Lunt's picked up his dribble in the backcourt. Houston will bring the dribble into the offensive end, and then, wow, Houston gets knocked down.
This scorer's table is taking this media table is taking its shots tonight.
5.5 to go, third quarter. Lincoln 21, Rochester 18. And then a foul is going to be whistled on Houston as he reached in trying to take it away from Austin. That'll be the first whistled on the Rockets. Austin will inbound, and just to the left of our broadcast position.
Smith in the corner.
Nathaniel, skip pass across to Gesner. Open three up and on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Kirby comes flying in for the rebound. Ball loose. Picked up by Nelson. Nelson dribbling in down the lane. Tried to kick it over to Nathaniel. Nathaniel just a little out of sorts. He couldn't get the pass. And yet another one of those turnovers where it seems like they're just in a big hurry.
2 minutes, 45 seconds. So Raiders have 4 turnovers after having only 1 in the first half. Boy, they haven't come out fired up at all.
5 minutes to go in the third. Rochester hanging in there. Down only 3 to the Railers. 21-18. Lincoln on top.
Got to believe Glenwood's watching this game.
Inside at the free throw line, Bain kicks it out to Grant. Grant goes in off the glass, and it is good. Rochester's cut it to 1 at 21-20, and Will Podbelsic is at the scorer's table. He'll be checking in a moment. Will hit a couple threes the other night for a career-high 6. Coin, high post, coming around the screen is Jordan. Jordan's jumper on the way. They're going to say his foot was on the line, so it's just a 2-pointer. 23-20. And the official that went by here credited it with just a 2, but they put him a 3 up on the scoreboard. See if they change that. Skips it back out to Gand. Flips it back out Gand. Top of the key, looks to drive. Traveling's going to be whistled. Turnover on Rochester.
They're not going to change it, Jeff, so we'll take that 3.
Yeah, we need them the way we're going right now, but
no, they did change it.
Yeah,
it says 23.
Tough shot in the last time by Nelson, and even on that turnover, I thought he had a wide open pull-up jump shot from about 8 feet. That's definitely a shot he's got to take.
Yep. Halfway through the third, Lincoln on top, 23-20. Belsick in, Gesner on the bench.
They're running Nelson around multiple screens.
Tried to get it to Austin Kirby. Nice defense on the knockaway by Houston. It'll stay with the Railers.
They're running Jordan through 3 and 4 screens, and I'll tell you, this Zach Grant has just done a great job. It's the second game now. He's like glue. He just won't let you go.
Kirby inbounds out to Pod Belsick. Pod's on the left side to Nathaniel Smith. Austin
fires a net forearm.
Over to Nelson in front of the Railer bench. Jordan hands it over to Coyne. Now to Kirby. Kirby looks to go baseline. Tried to kick it back out. Ball loose. Picked up by Belsick. Ball loose on the floor. And alternating possession will go back to Rochester.
5 Railer turnovers now in this quarter.
Yeah, and you said it right too, Jeff. I think it looked like the Railers are just getting a little bit of a hurry of trying to make something happen. Early when we were going good is when we were moving the ball and doing it by the pass. Now we're trying to do a lot by the dribble.
Yeah, they're just at the Railers, when they just let the offense flow and they come to it, they do well.
Rochester in the offensive end. Lund tries to make a move. Baseline cut off by Smith. Gann, top of the key. 3 is on the way. Off the left side, no good.
Nice
Nathaniel
rebound.
Smith high for the rebound. Smitty, 1 on 3. Tries to go baseline. Kicked it back out to Kirby. Kirby now set things up for the Railers. Hands back to Nathaniel. Works it over to Coyne in the corner to Pods. Pod Belsick. Nelson looks to go back door. Kirby comes to be an outlet. Coyne. Pod Belsick tries to track it down. They're going to say he couldn't save it inbounds, so another turnover.
6 turnovers for the Railers.
2:44 to go in the third. Lincoln 23, Rochester 20.
Man, it's getting ugly out here. Boy, I got to tell you, if I'm Rochester, I think we got a chance to win this basketball game.
Houston coming to the high post is Sturdy. Back out now to Gann.
And it is a trend the Railers have had over the last 3 weeks. Play one good one, one bad one.
Sturdy on top to Gann. Top of the key over to Grant. Sturdy. 2:20 to go in the third. Lincoln with a 3-point advantage over Rochester. Inside, out. Sturdy. Jumper on the way. That's off, no good for 3. Coyne. Now they're going to say it was last touch by Rochester. Coyne was just going to let it dribble out of bounds, but Rochester hustled, tried to save it off of the senior. Couldn't do so. Kirby out and Cook in. So interesting lineup for the Railers. You've got Coyne, Nelson, Smith, and then Pod Belsick and Cook.
Wow. Coach going deep tonight. Looking for a spark.
Belsick brings it over to the right side to Nelson. High post to Coyne. Down low to Nathaniel. Nathaniel almost lost his balance, but he kept possession. Looks to make a move. Flips it out to Cook. Belsick swinging around the perimeter. Nelson's going to drive by his man, Grant. Flips it over to Cook, and it's going to be last touch knocked out of bounds again by Houston for Rochester.
Well, it's just out of sync a bit. They're making good moves. They can't find anybody to pass it to. They're getting pretty good looks at threes and not taking them. It's been a real interesting game so far for the Railers. Not interesting in a positive way, that's a fact.
Nelson inbounds to Nathaniel. Flips it back over to Pod Belsick. 1:40 to go in the third. Railers still on top by 3. Coyne back to Nelson. Nelson hands to Cook. Cook to Pod Belsick. Over to Coyne. Just slowly sinking in, and then the pass is stolen away by Houston.
7 turnovers. 7.
Houston's picked up his dribble.
A turnover a minute for the Railers in this half.
Lobs it back over, and Grant does a nice job of saving it, and then throws it back into Smith. Smith takes it down the lane, goes up off the glass. Nope, they're going to have the shot blocked. And are they going to give him the 2 shots?
I got to tell you, they're really letting Rochester play us physical, but we're not doing anything about it.
No, and that's a couple times where Nathaniel has gotten the rebound and really tried to go coast to coast. Something I think he can do a lot more of. Is get that rebound and try and beat everybody down the floor. If not, he's got a great advantage on most guys that are trying to guard him aren't as quick as he can. And when you can get him out in the open court and make a shifty move and get to the basket, kind of what he did right there. I think that's more of the Railers, what they can do in an up-tempo game. When Nathaniel especially or Jordan can get the rebound themselves, just get it and go.
Especially at 6'3". You look at Nathaniel in college, especially if he plays D3, he could be a guard. He could be an effective guard.
Nathaniel hits both free throws, 25-20. Ball kicked away, stolen away by Nathaniel Smith. 1 minute to go. See if the Railers can close this quarter. Very nice. Nathaniel takes it in strong. Didn't get it to go down. And a blocking foul whistled. And Nathaniel's heading right back to the line.
Yeah. Looks like he's kind of putting his head down and saying, hey, I'll take this game and we'll start going to the hoop right now.
Yep, and that's what the Railers need is somebody on this team to grab them and go, hey, guys, follow me. I know the way.
Yeah.
We've said that all year. They just have had a heck of a time finding somebody out on that floor as a leader. All the kids are real nice, and they're all kind of quiet.
Nathaniel misses the first one short. 57 seconds to go in the third. Lincoln on top, 25-20. Second one up. That one is good. Nathaniel now with 11.
Yeah, another big stop here. If we can go into the half up 6, 8, anything from there where we can get a good stop.
Almost stolen again by Nathaniel. Over to Gand. 45 seconds to go. Lincoln 26, Rochester 20, approaching the end of the third quarter.
I think Rochester will be content to hold it if they can.
Sturdy. Over to Gand. Down in the corner. Grant called 4 steps again. That's the second or third time Grant's been called on that same play.
Yeah, and he doesn't think he is doing it, but he is. He's not putting the ball down before he gets that pivot foot lifted, and it's definitely a travel.
So big spot here for the Railers. They've got possession to start the fourth quarter and the basketball here. So very quickly they could extend out to a double-digit lead, but let's end the third quarter very nicely first.
Yeah, let's get a bucket. A 3 would be nice, a 2 would be fine.
Todd Belsick into the front court.
But Belsick and Cook have acquitted themselves well in this quarter. They played good but solid basketball.
Over to Smith. Count it down to 15 seconds. Todd Belsick brings it near center court. Over to Smith on the right side, down to 10. Coyne on the high post. Here comes Jordan around the screen. Down low.
Nice.
Backdoor to Nathaniel. Lays it up and in.
Coyne to Smith. What a great pass.
Rochester, I don't think they're even going to get a shot off. They don't even get a shot off to end the quarter. Nice way for the Railers to end it. At the end of 3, it's Lincoln 28, Rochester 20. Back for the fourth in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.